guys, it's Heather from Lead the Way Canine Training here with Sully and my very dirty foster dog Waffles, who is he loves the treadmill, so he always wants to check out when the other dogs are on. He gets kind of jealous that it's not him all the time. But we're here with Sully, and he's just doing a little bit of treadmill work. This is, I think, only his second time on the treadmill. You can see he's pretty relaxed into it. His head is kind of low. He's really focused on what he's doing. So this just shows not only that treadmill training can be a great way to supplement a dog's physical exercise, but I find that it's even better at supplementing mental stimulation, right? So he's having to focus where his feet are going because, you know, the tread is only so wide, the part that he's walking on. He's having to pay attention to how fast he's going so that he doesn't go too fast and end up on top of the treadmill, which makes kind of a weird noise when they step on it, or go too slow and kind of slip back off the treadmill. Now I have him with 2 leashes for safety, one on either side, just to keep him centered, so he has a little bit of a guide as where he should keep his body. And they're just slip leads, so if he starts to get too far back and starts to slip off the treadmill, it'll just give him a little bit of pressure, so he's motivated to kind of speed up a little bit. And I'm sitting right here paying attention. But we're going to have him on here for a little bit, so instead of standing next to him, which I did the first time, I'm just sitting right here kind of keeping an eye on him. But he's doing great. The first time, which I didn't video, because it's kind of hard to video yourself and help the dog, the first time he got a little bit kind of concerned when the floor underneath him started moving, which is kind of a reaction that most of the dogs I get on the treadmill give us the first time, but they really quickly get over it once they kind of figure out that they just need to walk. And once you find a pace to set the speed of the treadmill at, that is a comfortable walk for them, they kind of fall right in and get in the groove. Now, some dogs like to walk slower, like my foster dog likes a really leisurely stroll, but he really enjoys it, versus my Pipple Ziva likes to trot and go a little bit faster and kind of, you know, have a faster pace and a little bit quicker tempo. Sully seems pretty happy with this moderate walking pace that we've got going on. We'll probably keep him on here for maybe about another 10 minutes. He's only been on for just a couple minutes. We just got him started. And I wanted to video and show you guys and show his parents who are out of town just some of the stuff that he's doing. One of the reasons I really like treadmill training is because now that we're losing our summer light, it's, you know, 8 o'clock and it's pitch dark out. And so this is a great way for those winter months, those fall months where you're not going to be able to take your dog on the longer walks when you get home, especially if you're not getting home from work until 6 or 7 o'clock. You basically have no light left. So our neighborhood isn't dangerous, but there's not a lot of street lights, and it just kind of sketches me out walking around in the dark with dogs. Just in case, you know, who knows, I might trip in a pothole, or a dog might, you know, be loose, and you just can't see as well in the dark. So I like treadmill training for later in the day, in the evening when we've lost the light. And this is actually after a little bit of a training session that we did with Sully, just practicing his obedience commands, some impulse control, and all that kind of stuff. And this is just a good way to kind of add a little bit extra to his training session. Have some calm, structured exercise, which Sully's a pretty chill guy. He's not, you know, typical, really, really excited, hyper lab. He's a little bit older. He's, you know, he's an adult. He's not a pup anymore, but he still is on the mellower side of labs as far as they come. So he doesn't need a ton of exercise, but I find it's really helpful, just the mental stimulation aspect of it. And Sully's been a little bit whiny in his crate the last day or two, I think probably because we've had rain and we've all kind of been cooped up inside a little bit more. So I wanted to make sure that I gave him an outlet for some productive exercise and, you know, give his brain something to focus on and work for. So that's what we're doing right now. Just kind of having a calm evening. And I'll probably swap Sully out and put my foster dog on there because he honestly just loves it. Every time we come into this room where the treadmill is, he runs over and will sit on the treadmill and look so sad and dejected if it's not treadmill time. So he really enjoys it. So I'll probably throw him up in a couple of minutes when Sully's done. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If anybody has questions about, you know, if treadmill training might be good for their dog, how to get started, you know, what's the best way to introduce it to them, any questions at all, feel free to leave a comment, or you can shoot me an email or give me a phone call. I'm happy to talk about how to introduce your dog to a treadmill or any of those questions. I will quickly say that this exercise, because it is a repetitive, you know, even paced exercise, isn't great for really young dogs as they're still growing. It's the same as if people want to go jogging with their dog. It's really not great for them at a young age if they're still growing, if their bodies are still growing. So I usually recommend the treadmill training only to older dogs, you know, 1 year, 1.5 year old, that they've stopped growing, and you know you're not going to inadvertently do any damage to their joints that will affect them later in life, you know, make them more arthritic, more prone to hip dysplasia, that kind of stuff. So Sully's old enough that this is okay, and we're just keeping him really short sessions, you know, 10 minutes, 12 minutes. My dogs will go longer. Sometimes they do 30 or 40 minutes depending on how they feel that day. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy. Have a great night. Bye.